Well, we're going to do a little follow up on Virginia Giuffre. The bus driver has said something. The caretaker who was driving the car said something. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Apparently, she's still alive. Let's take a look. Welcome back, Tarot Maniacs, Tarot fam, Tarot friends. So Virginia Giuffre, if you haven't heard, was allegedly in a very serious car accident, where she claimed that they were hit by a bus. They don't know who, hit by a bus going 110 kilometers an hour, which is about 65 miles per hour here in the US. She was in Australia, I believe in the Perth area. I did a breaking news on this, and I had some of my good friends from the future in Australia, down under, pop into the live, and they said that their news really wasn't covering it. So that was sus already. And the content was sus. And the previous post on her Insta was sus because she said that she had basically lost custody of her children. And in the accident photo, the bruises look pretty old, even though later they said the car accident happened on the 24th. She posted it like on the 1st. It was like bizarre. It was this crazy thing. So now the bus driver has spoken out and said that there was a slow moving vehicle and he went to pass and the vehicle turned in front of him. It was a very slow accident, not a big deal. Purportedly, there is $1,000 worth of damage that happened to the vehicles, or $2,000 worth of damage, I think, combined. The children were not upset. Originally, there was an announcement that the children were upset, and that's why the bus driver left. That's been kind of cleared up. The bus driver contacted the police. Police said that they didn't have a car to dispatch, and since there were no injuries, and since it was a minor accident by the description of the bus driver and the other driver, who was a 70-year-old woman, they said, just go your separate ways. We'll take care of it in the paperwork. So it turned out that the 70-year-old woman that was driving the other car, 70 approximately, she was labeled as a carer for Virginia, but it turned out that she was the caretaker of a fairly large ranch piece of property that she has. So the next day, she had contacted the bus driver and said someone that was in the car got a black eye. He had not seen anyone else in the car. The children that were interviewed did not see anyone in the car. And they also said that it was no big deal. NBD, not a bad accident. So Virginia also said that she accidentally posted that on her private Instagram or Facebook account. So let's check it out, guys. Let's see what was really going on with this gal. I got very strange readings in the breaking psychic news that I did, the live that I did. I was like, it's something weird. It's something weird here. There's an injection. There's some, this kidney failure. There was some kind of suggestion about it. There was a they in the card. There was a guy with her. I was getting that there was a guy with her. So let's pull up the card view, hit that like button. Let's go. Let's find out what's going on here. So did Virginia Giuffre lie like a rug about this car accident? Was she even in it? Was she in this car accident at all with her caretaker? Was she in it? Let's find out. No, the Queen of Swords in reverse is a lie. She was not in the car accident. Was she injured in another fashion? Like possibly like a DV kind of situation? Was she actually injured? Yes. So This Six of Pentacles is looking for some help. She was actually injured. What was all this about? The Four of Wands, trying to be comforted, trying to be taken care of. There is a cantankerous divorce going on. Apparently, there's a restraining order, I don't know what they call it in Australia. There's some kind of restraining order. Apparently, she breached it. She's supposed to be in court, I think, on the 9th of April. So, was this an attempt to gain pity from her family, her former spouse, or the court system? An attempt to get pity from her family, former spouse, court system on the upcoming court date. Family, Five of Swords. She's very conflicted. Former spouse. Yeah. Court system. Yeah, she's going to get in trouble for that. Does she want him back? She want her husband? Yeah, she wants her husband back. This is Eight of Cups. This is her attempt. Sorry, I'm at the edge of my table here. I'm running out of real estate. This is her attempt to gain some sympathy, which is never a good way to go. You never want someone to come back to you because they feel sorry for you. You don't want that. She is seeing that she is going to be on the losing side. She's been married for some time. I think they said it was like 20 or 30 years. Like she's been married for, or not 30. She's only like 41 years old. I think it's like 20 years she's been married. She's been all over the place with this guy. She lived in England with him. Then she moved to Australia. She's got a ranch there. She's going to be on the losing end of this. And I think that that's part of it. I think she is, the split, I think, was done in haste, trying to get to something better. So is there any way she's going to correct this? Is her spouse going to take her back? Let's whoop, whoop. Sloppy shuffle. Whoop, whoop. Is there any way her spouse will entertain taking her back? Is there any way this relationship is correctable? Nine of Pentacles. No, I don't think so. Nah, Knight of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Wands, Queen of Swords. Yeah, I don't think he'll take her back. I don't think that they can mediate their way out of this. I think this is the path that they're going on. So let's see if we can do a yellow brick road for Virginia Giuffre. If it's your first time here, I try and do a yellow brick road for all of the readings I do on celebrities. And what is that? That is the pathway that they should take to get optimal results for whatever is their heart's desire or whatever they are trying to achieve. So let's see what that is. Let's see what she can do. Yellow brick road to correct this situation, get what she wants. I really do think the marriage is something that she wants. Two of Swords, she's got to go her own way. Four of Wands, she's got to understand that the family is broken. She's got to get a hold of her emotions and realize that this was something that they both contributed to. Page of Pentacles, really, it's unfortunate. Divorcing is, and this was something I was explaining to my girlfriends about 10 years ago. I had a lot of girlfriends that were like, I just want a divorce. I just can't stand anymore. I want my life without him. And that's not what happens when you get divorced. You don't get your same life minus your husband. It's not the way it works. Everybody loses. Everyone's lifestyle goes down, including your kids. So up top, I do think it was in haste, but I think it's a bridge too far. Like there's the hastiness of their actions leading up to this divorce are the things that created the situation. So I don't think that they're going to be able to put this genie back in the bottle. I think it's on its way, and they really just have to figure out how to have their own separate lives. So Virginia Giuffre, don't try and get back. No getting back. This is time to move on. You have charted a path. Move on. You can sort the business out with the kids, but you got to move on. So, following up with her, I do think that the accident was an attempt to get some positive attention. Now, was she in that vehicle? Who knows? She may have been in the vehicle in the back and she may have banged up her face. If you have a ranch, you get a lot of bumps and bruises and things like that. You know, it does happen. Um, the pictures, a lot of people have said they look like it was makeup. I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into how much of a ruse it was, but I do think that the narrative that she was putting out there really was a story to try and get back with the ex-husband, try and stop the proceedings that are going on and correct it. That would make sense because I believe it was her that breached the no contact order. So I think she reached out and was trying to um, uh, make an effort, and that's why she's going to be back in court on the 9th. So let me know what you think down below. I actually had spoken with a couple of my viewers, and I was like, "Oh, really got that Virginia Giuffre thing wrong," and in the breaking news, and a few of them were like, "No, no, no, you were okay because you kept saying it's something weird. It's something weird." Sometimes as psychics, we don't see the whole picture from an objective view. Sometimes we wind up seeing their view. And I think she was trying to maneuver the whole situation. And possibly the guy that I saw was the one that was in there. And I'm not going to go into the kidney failure because I do think that there's an issue with her kidneys, but I do think that that's from another issue. So we can take a look at that in another reading. Let me know down below if you want. I have plenty of sales going on this month if you want to get your own magical reading and get a yellow brick road for yourself. So hope to see some of you there. Hope to see some comments here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.